Hello, Sandra Mason here, and that's Roxy, the cat, behind me. So before this video starts, I just wanted to wish all of you a belated Happy Valentine's Day. I hope the day went great for you guys. Surprisingly, it wasn't too bad for me, all things considered. So today, this video is about re-entering the workforce, and now that I'm out as gender fluid, how that's going to figure in to what's going on. So for me, it's been bit of a headache trying to get back into the swing of things. I mentioned probably a million times by now that I've had a really rough go of it for the last 2 years. So I've been between jobs. I've switched jobs a lot. That's mostly for medical reasons. So now that it's time that I'm in a place where I can get back to work, I still am anxious about it for another reason, which is my gender identity. Before this was never a question for me. I subconsciously always knew in my heart that I was gender fluid, but it wasn't until last year that it kind of clicked with me. So all of my old jobs, cis female, no problem, the end, everything's cool. I've been out as a lesbian at pretty much all of my jobs, and luckily for me that wasn't an issue either. But sexual orientation and gender identity are two very different things. People are aware of the L, the G, and the B of LGBT. People know that, common knowledge sort of thing. When it comes to the non-binary gender community, a lot of people don't know about it. They aren't in the know. Some of them don't want to be in the know. There's a lot of assumptions and stigmas that come with it, and it can complicate many, many things. So now that I've gone to my job interview today, I had it this morning, the fear is building a little bit. It seems like a really good position that I am applying for. It seems like a really cool sort of company, but there I was in that job interview knowing that my interviewer saw me as a cis female. And the thought of going to work every single day as a cis female, as people seeing me that way, and not being able to express my full identity as being gender fluid, I would feel like I'm suffocating, like I'm wearing a mask. It would be very oppressive for me to be trapped in that situation, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, kind of getting lost with every stroke of the keyboard, every time I walk in the door, this sense of doom following me, because I'm someone who needs to express myself. I feel like I'm dying inside when I can't. So my therapist had a great point. He says, why can't you express yourself? Go into work one day masculine, go in the next day feminine, just express yourself that way, which is a great point. I can put on my binder, put on my packer, do some makeup to make myself look more masculine, and that will make me feel more confident and make me feel more like myself. And I've said before, in my mind, the most important thing is that we know who we are, that we accept that, and that we feel that no matter what. But to be seen by everyone in the office as a cis female, even though I'm knowing that I'm in my binder and I have my packer, just all these eyes looking at me and just seeing a part of me, my reflection, not seeing everything. So the question becomes, do I come out to these people? If I do, when? Should I? All these questions, these what ifs for whenever I do get a job. I don't know if the interview I had today will turn out. I feel like it went well, and I'm already on the second round of interviews, so that's a good sign. So hopefully, but it depends on the job. A lot of people will say, oh, we're an equal opportunity employer, but are they really? That's the question, because a lot of times they just put that on paper. That's not the real thing. I sit there and I fill out all these job applications, and you have these forms, dead name, got to put that on everything. And there's that box of what gender are you? A lot of places now have prefer not to say, which is great, or not specified, but a lot of them don't. And I have to sit there and select female because I am a biological female. But there I am again, ignoring my male self, like I have done for years and years and years. I've just found myself, and I don't want to lose that in the shuffle. But at the same time, in the beginning of a job, you got to play the game. So I want them to be able to focus on the work that I do and just my personality. I don't want them to sit there and stare at me and be like, oh, this person's a lesbian, or oh, this person's not, you know, a cisgender. Let's just stare and marvel. Because a lot of people around here, if I say that I'm gender fluid, kind of get the stares, the blank expressions going on. And it becomes a game of staring and trying to figure out what gender I am in that moment, which gets really annoying. And I don't want that to carry over. So it's like, when is the right time? If the beginning of the job isn't the right time for me personally, when will be? Because I need at least one person to know wherever I'm working, at least one person to be able to see me as my full self. You know, I'm Shelly. I'll be going by Shelly, but Sandra's my other name. And I don't want that other name to disappear. I don't want that other part of myself to disappear. Of course, it's always going to be with me. I'm always going to be me. I'm never going to change. But when you're in an environment long enough, it rubs off on you pretty quickly. And I've had that happen at many jobs, many jobs, where I just kind of got lost in them, especially in retail. After a while, retail can definitely blacken the soul a little bit, as I'm sure some of you can definitely relate to. But, you know, today, sitting there, what I did in this moment, I kind of took my therapist's advice, and I went to my job interview in my binder, in my tie, with some makeup on to, you know, make me look a little more masculine. Not that it helps too much, but at least I knew it was on there. And then I had this right here. This is my transgender pride necklace, and I had that tucked in my shirt right here over my heart, so that I was sitting there answering questions. I felt like me. And that's what I got to remember, and that's what I got to keep, regardless of whatever job I end up going to. So, and I will be doing office work, which makes it a little harder because it's a very professional atmosphere. You know, when you're in retail, you can have your tattoos out. You know, you can be you can be crazy, you can have whatever you want. Like, I have tattoos everywhere, not that you can see them very well. So it will be different going back to the office world. I used to do office work when I was younger. I was actually public relations and marketing, the head of that department in one of my jobs. So I'm used to it. I'm certified in it. Not looking forward to going back though. I'm not, because the professional setting, the cubicle thing, it doesn't fit my personality to begin with. But knowing that I have to put on that face, that professional voice, and not express my full self, I can't say I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm not looking forward to that at all. But in general, I am going to be glad to have a job again. That part will be great. So hopefully this one will work out. It's pretty much perfect for me, but we'll have to see. I have a bunch of other stuff going on right now, so maybe something will pan out eventually. But anyway, that is my video about how I feel about getting back into the workforce now that I'm out as gender fluid, and I'll definitely be looking for advice on how to deal with it, since it's completely new to me, completely. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, happy Valentine's Day to all of you, and I'll catch you later.